Sunday on Denver 7. Thousands of people in the metro are still without power this morning.
But I think if it goes longer, of course, we'll be pretty concerned about it.
How many workers are trying to bring back electricity and comfort to homes? Plus, a group of workers speaking out as they wait for paychecks that have yet to arrive, what message they want to send to their former employer.
The backhand got it!
And it's a good morning for the Colorado Avalanche after their win last night in St. Louis.
Good Sunday morning. As you can see by looking at this live picture of Red Rocks right now, not looking too spring-like out there. I'm Jessica Crawford. Thank you so much for joining us here on Denver 7.
And I'm Katie LaSalle, not stopping those runners out there on Red Rocks this morning, even in the snow. A lot of melting here across the metro, but let's start with your forecast here at 9 a.m. Partly cloudy skies in Denver, dry currently, but we are seeing clouds build and some scattered shower activity over the far eastern plains. A look live from Fort Morgan from our Viera wireless camera, and snow still falling over portions of our southern mountain, our Sangre de Cristo mountain range covered in snow from that camera view. Downtown Denver, we're now in the mid to upper 40s. We started off around freezing in many spots, but the freeze warning expired at 8 a.m. for the metro area and eastern plains, but the winds are kicking up. You can see from our live radar and satellite picture, there's that snow falling south of the Denver area through Colorado Springs into Salida, Canyon City, and over eastern Colorado. Rain showers out near Burlington. Temperatures currently above freezing finally over Fort Collins at 47 degrees. Same into Boulder. To the mountains, still chilly, 20s and 30s. Into many of our mountain towns, 25 only in Leadville. Some 40s filtering in out west with more sunshine. We will be talking scattered shower activity later on today and some unsettled weather and more snow for the high country, rain across the plains. I'll have your full forecast still to come.
Well, snow is still sitting in the high country after this weekend storm, and thousands of people are still sitting at home without power. Denver 7's Christian Lopez is live this morning. And Christian, you've kind of been able to see some of those workers who are trying to get power restored for people here in the metro.
And crews are trying to get that power on as soon as possible, but there is still a lot of work to be done this morning. Here's a look at the current power outage map from Excel. That heavy snow knocked down trees, it knocked down power lines, and it left a lot of people without power over the weekend. Around 200,000 people in the Denver metro area were impacted by power outages, and crews have been making good progress restoring the service, but they're still working to get power back on for thousands of people today. Excel is urging you to have a home emergency kit ready in case you do lose power, and fill it with things like flashlights, batteries, backup phone chargers, bottled water, and non-perishable food items. And also try to keep your fridge and freezer doors closed as much as possible so they can maintain their temperatures. And of course, stay away from any downed power lines. If you do see one, you can call Excel to report it, or you can also text the word OUT to 98936. Live in Denver this morning, I'm Christian Lopez, Denver 7.
All good tips there. Thank you, Christian. Long-term power outages can be stressful. Even our coworkers here at Denver 7 are struggling this weekend.
And on the phone with us right now is our anchor, Ann Trujillo. Ann, good morning to you. And you've been without power since about 3 a.m. yesterday.
I have. So I know that 98936 number really, really well because I text it all the time to try and get updates. And and a couple of times Excel has said, oh yeah, your power will be restored at, one time yesterday at 3 in the afternoon, again at 8 o'clock last night. And nope, still without power this morning. And it's cold. My house, just the chill has settled in. It's cold.
And interestingly, Ann, you can look across the street, see people with power, and but you don't have it at your home.
I know, we're feeling very special and singled out, let me tell you. No, it's strange how sporadic the power is, because we went out last night just to kind of survey the neighborhood and see, who had power and who didn't. And it just seems to be our house and then a stretch of houses in front of us that are still without power. And it's funny when you go outside, too, you can tell that some people in the neighborhood have generators, because that's about all you can hear is that hum of generators going, because that's what we're resorting to now, because otherwise I'm sure by this time our food would be ruined, or whatever was in the freezer would have been ruined by now, or at least thawed. So it puts you in a precarious position when it's more than a few hours of power outage time, because you kind of expect that in Colorado, that it happens with storms, but When it starts to slow down progress, like, I can't do laundry right now, or, just the things that you want to do around your house, and just stay warm, that it becomes an issue. And thankfully, it's not that cold outside. We'll manage. We're just, layering up. We're bundling up, but it's gone on long enough that it's a bit of a nuisance now.
And we've been keeping an eye on your Twitter page. You, I'm sure, are one of many people, and trying to contact Xcel right now to find out when their power is coming back on. How have those communications been going for you?
Well, communication is an interesting choice of words, because it's, all I can do is tweet at them and then and do what everyone else is doing and send those text messages. So, it's pretty generic, and I just texted them a little while ago, and basically, and it's again that 989 number, and it's this automated message that comes out that says still assessing damage. So nothing really has changed. So it's a frustrating process. And truthfully, as I look around, I don't even see any workers out here in my neighborhood. So tell Christian, when those workers are finished, wherever she was, send them to my neighborhood, please. Yes. We'd love to see them.
Help restore power for Anne and her fam.
Yay! Yes, let's start a page. Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm so sorry you're dealing with this, but I'm glad you're staying warm this morning, and fingers crossed that crews get to Anne very shortly. And it does look like crews are slowly but surely making progress.
Yes, to Anne and to people all across the metro.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for joining us this morning. Well, the snow drop across the state, it didn't really help much in smoldering the Plumtop fire in Pagosa Springs. It is still sitting at 727 acres and 0% containment now. This fire, it has been burning since Tuesday. The cause is still under investigation.
Now we're going to get you caught up on some other things happening today here at home.
While flights in and out of DIA have been impacted all weekend, an international airline is still making its return today. You will be able to fly from Denver to Calgary on WestJet 2 days a week now. WestJet initially started flying out of Denver International Airport in 2018, but because of the pandemic, they had to scale back their services. Well, travelers here in the metro now have access to more than 20 different Canadian destinations with the return of the airline to DIA. The direct flights take off on Thursdays and Sundays each week. And are you ready to roll into summer? The Downtown Denver Partnership is opening Cityscape today. It is an outdoor roller skating rink on the 16th Street Mall in Denver. It's at Skyline Park, right next to the Skyline Beer Garden. Skating there is free, but do bring money if you need to rent skates.
And Colorado in the driver's seat after 3 games.
And there you have it. It was a tame game end last night, but it did mark a win for the Avs in round 2 of the playoffs against the St. Louis Blues. They pulled off a dominating victory against St. Louis 5-3, taking the lead in the playoff series 2-1. And Nick will have all the highlights for you coming up next in sports, but we just wanted to give you the good news first.
If you can't start your day without a little caffeine fix, you could be helping your brain health long term. We're looking at the new study that points to potential benefits of coffee or tea in the morning.
I like this study. And during the break, maybe take a moment to pause and reflect on finding your peace. We'll tell you who wants to know all about it.